can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. Ain't give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keeta. And exposed to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes.
Welcome in. Chris, what's up? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hopefully you guys had a good Monday. It was not good for me. Went 1-3 in MLB. Absolute garbage from your boy yesterday. Not good. But when things get bad, they get better, because how does that Timberwolves future look, baby? What are we talking about here? Let me see this. Plus 290. They are the second favorite now behind the Boston Celtics. We got them at 9-1. How is that Timberwolves future looking? And pretty much exactly what I said yesterday on stream is what happened. I mean, again, I did not think Minnesota would go up 2-0. But we were talking yesterday about how, like, Jamal Murray literally cannot breathe, and it stalls the entire Denver offense. Denver can't do, Stephanie, what's up? Denver cannot do anything on offense. They run so much pick and roll, and Jamal Murray cannot get an inch of space, and they can't get anything. Joker has to just force stuff up. He's having to take, I think, a couple more threes than he's used to. But I mean, they are all over Jamal Murray. I mean, you saw, I think that was McDaniels. Jay McDaniels was literally laughing. Like, he was guarding Jamal Murray. He was laughing in his face while he was guarding him. Like, that guy, he couldn't get an inch of space. He had him in hell. He was throwing stuff onto the court. That was crazy. I did not expect Minnie to go up 2-0, but that Timberwolves future is looking spicy right now. It is looking. Ooh, I wish I would have put a little bit more on it. I wish I would have went a couple units on it. I don't know who can stop them right now. I mean, I said, like, I don't know who could stop them right now. Even Boston. I'd take my chances with Minnesota. Wolves might actually sweep. They're in a good spot to do it. Coming back home. They're in a great spot to do it. I can't believe it, man. They haven't lost a game. 6-0 to start the playoffs. Haven't even lost a game yet. OKC or Dallas? Oh, I mean, I'm still taking Dallas in that series. But in terms of who would be a harder opponent for Minnesota, Dallas to me feels like a little bit scarier. I think Oklahoma City is the better team, but Dallas feels a little scarier for a series because they have Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Like, this is no disrespect to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, amazing player, future of the league. But even though he did go on some playoff runs with the Clippers in the past, there's a difference between going on there's a difference between going on a playoff run as a part of a team and being the leader and focal point of your team and leading your team on a playoff run. There's a definite difference. So I think Dallas is a little more imposing for a series just because we know what Kyrie Irving can do. We know what Luka Doncic can do. And again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can do it, but we haven't seen him lead a team yet in a playoff series against a really good team. New Orleans without Zion, just that's not impressing me much. So, but I'll take Minnesota over them both right now. Sean, what's up? Yeah, Jason Kidd getting an extension is crazy. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm not a big Jason Kidd fan. Him getting an extension is pretty crazy. And then on the other side of the bracket here, the Knicks. I mean, damn, that was sweaty. We took Knicks -1.5 for the series. I was sweating. I was like, dude, if they lose, they're just gonna have to win. If they lose, they're gonna have to win 4 of the next 5 to win the bet. I'd like to have a little bit of cushion, like at least win your home games. Win your home games, and then if you lose 1 or 2 on the road, that's fine. But that was sweaty. Pacers are playing well though. Pacers are playing really, really well. I feel like the narrative was out there that like the Pacers aren't built. I guarantee I can search that on Twitter and I will find it. People were saying this after the Pacers lost to the Bucks that first game because Damian Lillard went bananas. People were saying like, "Oh, I told you the Pacers' style of play is not suited for playoff basketball. They can't do it." Like all this stuff, like just complete nonsense. What does that even mean? Their style of basketball is not suited for playoff basketball. What does that mean? I actually don't know what that means. And people were saying it. So the Pacers are playing really, really well right now. I don't know. That was a close game. I don't feel good about that -1.5 right now. They need the Knicks to win that next game and go up 2-0. I'll feel better if they go up 2-0, but I don't know. All right, so for tonight, we've got obviously baseball, big baseball slate. We've got a little basketball as well, so we're going to talk about all of that. Let's dive in. So I've got some plays I do like for baseball. There is a game starting in like 20 minutes. I'm not going to talk about that. Did not make a play. I guess I would lean. I don't know. I'm not talking about that. I'm not taking any play in that game. Rangers and A's starts in about 20 minutes. Tigers, Guardians. We have Kenta Maeda going against Logan Allen. Lean towards the over here. Haven't taken anything, but I definitely think you can get to both these pitchers. It was relatively low scoring yesterday. You guys know sometimes I like to bet the over after a low scoring game. It was, not very high scoring yesterday. So lean to the over on this one, but not going to take anything. Arizona, Cincy, we have Zach Gallen, Frankie Montas. Same can be said there. I lean to the over 8.5, but haven't taken anything. Still concerned a little bit with Zach Gallen giving up 50% hard hits this year, which, I mean, if you look at his kind of career stats and when he was in full breakout mode for them a couple years ago, his best year was 2022. He had a 3.17 expected ERA, 2.54 actual, 27% strikeouts, and 36% hard hits. If you look at last year, he gave up 46% hard hits. That's a 10% increase from 2022 to 2023. And then if we look at last year to this year, he's up to over 52%. So another 6% increase. So he's getting hit really hard. Like 52% is a crazy high hard hit rate for what we think is like a good starting pitcher. So I'm concerned about that. The expected ERA, nothing's crazy here. It's 3.97. It was 4.16 last year. So, nothing really jumps out there. But I'm concerned with the amount of hard hits he's given up. So, I think since he can get some runs off him, and then on the opposite side, I think they can score on Frankie Montas as well. Neither bullpen really scares me. So the over 8.5. It says 9 on DraftKings. It's 8.5 on FanDuel. Over 8.5 would be my lean in that game. Angels and Pirates. I definitely lean under here. Patrick Sandoval and Quinn Priester, two underrated pitchers. If we look at Quinn Priester for the season, his ERA is 3.31. His expected is 477. So he's definitely outperforming, his metrics. Another guy that gives up a lot of hard hits, 52%. But I'm just not very scared of this Angels lineup right now without Mike Trout. And the good thing that Quinn Priester does is has a extremely high ground ball rate, like one of the highest ground ball rates in all of baseball. So he's able to navigate damage. If he's got guys on base, he's able to get out of it by getting those ground ball double plays. Super high ground ball rate. And if someone has an extremely high ground ball rate, I do think that they're capable of outperforming metrics. We've seen that with a couple guys. We haven't seen a ton of Quinn Priester. It's only his second year, but I'm not looking as much into that ERA, expected ERA differential as I would with someone else, just because I know he can get out of jams with that crazy ground ball rate. So, and I'm just not scared of the Angels offense right now. I'm just not. He does throw a lot of sinkers. It's his most used pitch, and it's a decent sinker based off of the numbers. If we look at the Angels against that pitch, it's kind of so-so. They definitely have some guys that hit sinkers well, but it's a lot of small sample size. Joe Adell, Rengifo, Logan O'Hoppe, those guys hit sinkers very well. And then you have like Mickey Moniak and Cole Tucker grade out good as well, but it's very, very not enough of a sample size where I would put a ton of weight into it. But I'm just not I'm not scared of this lineup right now. And then on the opposite side, I think you could look at the Angels definitely in the spot. I think that Patrick Sandoval has been great this year. His metrics show he's due for a little bit of positive regression coming his way. Big differential between actual and expected ERA over 2 full runs. He's getting 26% strikeouts this year, which is his highest rate since, 2021. And the reason why he has been so good this year, especially in terms of his strikeout rate jumping 7%, is that changeup. His changeup is getting 40% whiffs. He's allowing a 132 batting average with his changeup. He has one of the best changeups in all of baseball this season. And there's been a couple times, like when you look at his good starts this year, it's been when he has his changeup working. It's really tough to hit him. So I think that, I'm willing to buy into this positive regression coming his way because he has a completely dominant pitch he can rely on. And then at the same time, the Pittsburgh Pirates are not good against changeups. They're very bad, actually. If we pull up their numbers versus changeups as a team, current season, 2024, if I go 2024 and 2023 numbers as a team, 270 WOBA, horrible. 26% strikeout rate, terrible. They have no power. They don't walk. So I think it's a great spot for Patrick Sandoval to do what he does best. So I think I'd be interested in his strikeout prop. Let me see what it is. 5.5 over 5.5 plus 106. You have my interest because if that changeup's working, I think he certainly could get you 6 or 7 tonight. And that's another reason why I think we can go under on this game. So lean would definitely be under in this Angels-Pirates game. What do we have next? Toronto and Philly. This is my favorite. I'll come out and say I have bet this. This is my favorite spot on the slate is the Philadelphia Phillies. I think you can bet them full game. I think you can bet them first 5. I love the Phillies tonight. They have come through for us a couple times recently. They're 9-1 over the last 10 games. They're on actual fire, 9-1. And I think we just keep riding them. It's a good matchup for them. Jose Barrios is like the opposite. So if we look at Patrick Sandoval, who's got a 5.9 ERA, but 386 expected, we could expect him to get better as the season goes on. Jose Barrios is essentially the complete and utter opposite of that, whereas he has a 144 actual ERA, but a 493 expected. So we're talking about a 3-run differential between his actual ERA and his expected. He has been getting extremely lucky. He's giving up a ton of hard contact, 50%. His strikeout rate last year was 24%. It's down to 18% this year, which is just not good. And his sinker has been not good. He throws a sinker over 38% of the time. If we look at last year, with his sinker, he allowed a 255 batting average, 275 expected. This year, it's 262 and 313 expected. So guys have definitely been hitting his sinker better this year than in years past. And I just don't trust that big of a gap between your actual ERA and your expected ERA. I think there's definitely some cause for concern there when it comes to Jose Barrios. And if we look at the Philadelphia Phillies against sinkers, really strong numbers. 350 WOBA as a team. Bryson Stott crushes sinkers. Brandon Marsh crushes sinkers. Bryce Harper destroys sinkers. Real Muto, Kyle Schwarber, all those guys have super good splits against sinkers. And I'm not a BVP guy at all. You guys know that. But I'm just curious because I see how good Bryce Harper is against sinkers. I'm curious if he has good numbers against Barrios. I'm going to look. He's only faced him 3 times. So no gathering of any information there. Whit Merrifield, for some reason, dominates Jose Barrios. I don't know why. He's not in the projected lineup tonight. I wonder, I wonder if he has good numbers against sinkers. He's not in the projected lineup, so I can't see. But yeah, I love Philly tonight. First 5, full game. That's my favorite spot on the slate. Give me the Phillies tonight. Orioles, Nationals. Corbin Burns, Trevor Williams. I mean, the Orioles are huge favorites here, minus 215. I don't like to bet massive favorites like this in baseball, but I think Baltimore's pretty safe as a parlay piece. I think you could put them up with the Dodgers or something like that to get even odds. Wouldn't be opposed to it. You know, it is what it is, but there's just nothing you can do much with a line that big. White Sox, Tampa, I mean, same thing, right? Mike Soroka's terrible. Zach Eflin is arguably the Rays' best pitcher. Like, it is what it is. They're massive favorites for a reason. I would never bet that as itself. If you want to take a shot on a parlay with the Rays in it, I think, you can do that, but there's always risk with doing stuff like that with big baseball favorites. Houston and the Yankees is interesting here. We have Justin Verlander against Luis Gil. I've kind of been like a Luis Gil fan this year. Like, we've talked about him a few times, but his expected ERA is one of the best in the league, 2.3. He's getting, 30% strikeouts, doesn't give up hard contact. Like, he is nasty stuff. The problem is he has really bad control, 15% walk rate. So that's where he can get in trouble. But I mean, he's getting 33% whiffs with his 4-seamer, and he's throwing it, he's got obviously good velocity on that. He's going to sit 96, 97. A 143 batting average allowed with that 4-seamer. So, I mean, I believe in him and the stuff. Like, he's pretty good. So I don't want to go out of my way to bet against him. We really haven't bet against him much this year. I think we bet on him a couple times. I haven't really bet against him much. So this is probably a stay away game for me. Not looking to fade him, and don't love how I know the Yankees did good against the Tigers recently, but I'm still kind of wait and see mode with them. Braves money line is a good parlay spot. I probably would prefer Baltimore over the Braves if I was picking one of those teams. I probably would prefer Baltimore. And I would prefer the Dodgers, even though they're minus 310, which is just insane. But all right, where were we at here? Speaking of that, Braves, Red Sox. A little bit of sharp money coming in on the Red Sox on the money line. It's Cutter Crawford going up against Reynaldo Lopez. Another guy like Lopez, the White Sox used to try him out as a starter. Then he went to the bullpen. Braves have been using him this year, and he's been pretty good. 150 ERA, 323 expected, 27% strikeouts overall. He's a pretty good pitcher. And then Cutter Crawford on the opposite side of that, also, pretty good. 293 expected ERA is really good. 26-ish% hard hits allowed is really good. Like, he's good contact management. He can get you strikeouts 25%. Like, he's not going to blow you out of the water with that 25%, but that's pretty good when he's as good as he is at avoiding that hard contact. So yeah, I don't know. These are two really good pitchers. I don't love anything first five, maybe a first five under, but when you talk about fading the Braves offense, like, it's just, gets a little bit scary. So I didn't come up with anything there. Minnesota Twins continue to be on fire. I liked the Mariners yesterday. They let me down. Twins are just getting it done recently. So I'm not looking to jump in front of that wagon right now. Bailey Ober, I mean, he's been pretty unlucky this year too. He had a couple really bad starts early on, but overall, the underlying numbers are still pretty good, right? Like, he's not striking out as many batters as he did last year, but he's not going to walk a lot of guys, and he has been a little bit unlucky, I feel like, after the first couple starts. So, I could see being interested in the Twins here. I'll probably just avoid it, but yeah, Twins are a wagon right now. Tough to go against them. Brewers Royals. Colin Rea, Seth Lugo. I mean, I still hate Colin Rea always and forever. Enemy number one on this stream is Colin Rea. His ERA is still 2.67. Expected is 5.80. Like, this guy is a Houdini act. I don't know. We've talked about it a number of times on stream. I don't understand it. He's a Houdini act. So just by my nature, I'm interested in the Royals tonight. -130. I'm interested in the Royals first five. Let's see what their line is. -135. Yeah. Royals first five would be my pick in that game. Most certainly, I will continue to fade Colin Rea and just not care. And eventually it will pay off for us. Padres Cubs. This is a fun little game here. Padres have been good. And obviously they made that big splash over the weekend. They traded for Luis Ariz. And then on the other side, we have Imanaga going for the Cubs tonight. I've been a big fan of him this year, as of a lot of people, but you guys know he's been absolutely nasty. His strikeout prop is only 4.5 tonight. They've been listing it at 4.5 pretty regularly. Think you could look to the over here. Maybe him to get 5 Ks. I don't hate. I haven't bet that, but that would be my favorite play from this game, I think. Aside from the dominant run prevention stuff that he's been doing, he has good stuff to get strikeouts. 26.5% is not bad. And really what he's going to do it with is that split finger. He's getting 43% whiffs on it. It's tough to look at pitch splits against a splitter because guys just don't see it a lot to get any useful data off that. Whereas a fastball sinker, you're going to see more of those. So the sample size can be a little bit larger, but Imanaga over 4.5 strikeouts does look interesting to me tonight in that game. Mets Cardinals let us down. We had the over 8 yesterday for my favorite play of the game or favorite play of the day, and it finished at 7. Of course, couldn't even get us one more run for the push, unfortunately. But I think you can go right back to the over or the first 5 over. Both these guys are just not good. Jose Buto has vastly outperformed his metrics. Miles Michaelis has been terrible all season. Over 8.5 or the first 5 over 4.5 would be my plays in that game. And then the last 2 games of the night, Dodgers, we can't do anything with a -300 favorite. If you want to put them in a parlay, go ahead. But what can I do with that? And then Kyle Harrison against Hudson in that Coors game, I would probably ride with San Fran if you were looking for a spot there. But overall, that's the full baseball slate for me. Love Philly tonight. That's my favorite spot far and away. I kind of like that under in the Pittsburgh game. I kind of like that over in the Mets Cardinals game, and KC first 5, definitely interesting as well. As far as basketball goes, 2 games tonight: Celtics, Cavs, Dallas, and Oklahoma City. Chat, if you're in the chat, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on this Celtics Cavs series? I mean, obviously the Celtics are going to win, but do you guys think it's going to be a sweep, or do you think it's going to go? You think it's going to be a 4, 5, or 6? It's not going 7. Do you actually think that the Cavs could win 2 games? because I'm gonna pull up. I'll pull it up on DraftKings. Let me see what the series spread is on this. Like, it has to just be terrible odds. Boston in 6. Okay, let me see. Series. Oh, wait, I gotta go to this. Okay, series spread. Boston. I mean, like, Boston minus 1.5 is minus 550, so we're not betting that. If we want to do even 2.5, it's just insane. So I guess the question would be, do we bet Boston to sweep or no? Boston to sweeps plus 145. Boston 4-1 for the gentleman's sweep is plus 205, and then 4-2 is plus 500. So you can get plus 500 on that Boston and 6-1 if that's what you're going with. Garland has been absolutely horrible, completely terrible. That guy is garbage, absolute garbage. True love, I agree, completely terrible. Evan Mobley, I will let off the hook because he plays out of position. He's played out of position for 2 seasons now. You know, he doesn't have a great. He's not really a stretch 4. You know, like the Cavs are treating Evan Mobley like he's Dirk Nowitzki, like he's a stretch 4 that's gonna consistently knock down 3-point shots. That's just not the case. So Evan Mobley is an absolute animal defensively. But offensively, I think that playing out of position has stunted his growth a little bit. Like, I have to let him off the hook for that. And he plays soft at times, which I don't like. Like when the Cavs played the Knicks last year and they were just getting completely bullied on the glass. The Magic did it to them a couple times in that series. I don't like that aspect of it, but I can't blame him like for his struggles offensively at times because they're forcing him to just play different than he's played his entire life. Like, they have to get rid of him or Jarrett Allen. It's not cohesive in my opinion. This is year 2 of them playing together. It hasn't worked. And I don't think it's going to. I think he needs to play center and grow and thrive in his natural position. So that's my take on Mobley. Darius Garland is complete trash though. Like, horrible. I have nothing to say about that. Wolves plus 220. Yeah, Mitchell, I was talking about at the top of the stream. That Wolves future is looking a little spicy for us. I like our chances right now to cash that. I like our chances. For tonight though, I might cook up I like Karis LeVert, Mitchell. I know people hate on him, but I've always been a fan of his ever since he was at Michigan. I do like Karis LeVert. I'm here for a Karis LeVert renaissance, 100%. I'm not going to bet a side of these games tonight. We obviously have the future on the Mavericks to win the series. So hopefully they can steal one of these 2 games in OKC. I'm not going to bet a side of these games. For props, I haven't had time to look at it this morning, but I will look into some stuff. Maybe I will come up with a prop I like. And if that's the case, and I do come up with a prop I like, I will tweet it out. But I'm excited to watch these games tonight. Can someone in chat tell me why did the Timberwolves not play till Friday? What is that? They played Monday and then they don't play again till Friday? What the hell is that? Who scheduled that? So what, like I don't know. I feel like that's like a big disadvantage for the Wolves, in my opinion. They're on fire. Like, they've got all the momentum. They're on fire. And now they have to wait 4 days to play. Jamal Murray can heal up a little bit. Like, what the hell is that schedule? That is terrible. Denver needs a break. Yeah, like that like plays into the hand of Denver that they get to wait until Friday to play. That's horrible. So bad. Let me see hockey tonight. I got to ride with the Rangers tonight. If you want a hockey play, I might bet the Rangers money line. Rangers money line looks good to me tonight. So I don't know. I don't know anything about hockey. I just know based off I start watching hockey in the playoffs. So if someone in chat is a hockey expert and they want to like come at me and tell me I'm an idiot, you're probably right. But My hockey eyes, gut feel, I like Rangers money line tonight. And then hopefully the Oilers start off hot tomorrow. We need the Oilers big time. So, all right. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I appreciate it. A little 30-minute stream. I'll be live tomorrow, same time, 3:00. We will run through a recap of today. We'll talk about my favorite bets to tomorrow. If you join late, you can go back and rewatch. There was a couple baseball bets that I really liked tonight. One of which is the Philadelphia Phillies. That's my favorite spot today. And then I'm going to get in the NBA lab, and I might tweet out a little NBA prop for us tonight. So be watching my Twitter for that. Thank you guys for tuning in, and good luck tonight. I'll see everybody on Wednesday.